Give me that drama, give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time!
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Answers that jump in with a perfectly timed parry. They made it look easy. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Projectile to try and change the situation. Life lead opens up. Both fighters are barely alive. Knockdown and KO! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Smart play to stop the opponent there. Dark Huggle. Perfect parry. How will they follow up? Jumps? Jumps in. Jumps up. Yo, put that away. Experiencing burnout. Looking for a chance. Danku Hadouken. Grounds him from above. Life lead is there, but ooh, does him dirty. Hadouken closes it out. Player 1 brings it home. They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Counter hit throw there. Player 1 with the life lead. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Trying to figure out who will make the first move here. All right, what's coming up next? The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Knockdown. It's a big get some. Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Projectile to try and change the situation. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fire. Player 1, oh, burnout triggered. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Spikes him with Rigor. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent to make springs forward with a drive rush. Drive rush to keep it going. Burnout dissipates. Barely blocks the jump. Nice counter. What'll happen here? Player 1 closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Player... How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. Player 1 with the life lead. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Neither of them willing to back off. Oh, burnout on both sides? Recovers from burnout. Oh, easy tech. Shoots off a fireball. They saw the chip KO on the table. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Holds out with the block. Throws them to negate the block. Opts to reposition. Nails the anti-air. Smart play to stop the opponent there. A quick breather. Breaks the block with a throw. Springs forward with the drive rush. Shows the medium kick. A parry? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Both fighters planning something? A real test of nerves here. Oboro hits. Akuma looking to play hide and seek. Are they trying to break the ring with a Tenwako Zanku? Can this drive bring them back? Reads the jumper perfectly. What a finish! Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Saw that low heavy coming. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? All right. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Knockdown. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 2 goes for the super arm. Knockdown. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 1 has burnout triggered. Takes a trip. This is a prime opportunity to end things. Gets tagged by the fireball. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? That's a little game for the Misaki Gohado. A brave forward jump there to start. Shoots off a fireball up close. Somersault kick. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Player 2 going in, looking for a chance. Zanku Hadouken goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. What'll happen here? Checks him with the boom. Knockdown and perfect input on the sonic boom. Zanku Hado, a quick breather. Player 2 needs to use their SA gauge to get out of that jam with a perfect parry. Blocks the low kick. Knockdown! Here comes the... They kept a close eye on the skies and it paid off. Good reactions there. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if... What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Shows the overhead. That was a solid anti-air. Just goes for it to stop the opponent's flow. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Player 2 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Oh, talk about overextending. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Taking stock. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Decides to create some distance to start. Shoots off a fireball up close. Nails. Nice counter. They were right to be on guard there. Gets the combo. Zanku Hadouken. Experiencing burnout. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Anti-air drops him. Drake springs forward with the drive rush. Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. What not betting it all on the drive rush? Player, what a finish! Player 1 brings it home. Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Jump in, finds the mark. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. What are they thinking here? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? This is a huge chance to make a feel it. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. All right. Oh, burnout triggered! Player 2 can't have what a finish. Great lead on the life gauge there. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent... Nice counter! Zanku Hadouken hits them with a stopping bomb. Rips the slasher out. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump ins at this range. Drive gauge is looking bad. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Smart play with the throw. Quick breather. Fires off an air slasher! Going in? Air slasher! Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fire. Fires off the missile! What were they thinking? One player is in burnout state. A fireball at that range? Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a... Two of the biggest lab monsters are about to get it going.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with a projectile. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Trip them up. Gets the counter hit throw. All right. Nails the anti-air. Sticks the combo. Not shy with the grab. Strings it all together. One chance here may end this match. Reads their mind and texts the throw. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Player 2 had an impressive round while managing their drive gauge. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Get carried to the corner. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Breaks the block with a throw. There's a flawless round. They got him so quick. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of... We're in for something special right here, right now.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. The combo's there. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Backs them into the corner. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Get some! Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Checks him with a projectile. Parries to cancel the fireball. Player 1 got smothered that round. They'll need to shake it off and show some more adaptation. Takes a trip. Player 1 can build off this lead. They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the stage. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Jumps up, knockdown, and Long Quan takes them off their feet. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Transverse, the hit throw connects. Experiencing burnout. but they may have a plan here. Knock them out of the air. Yo, critical art now? This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. KO! Player 2 was an absolute... We're in for something special right here, right now.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Goes air to air to deny them a chance. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 1 with the life lead. No good up high. Knockdown. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Very solid corner switch. Neither of them willing to back off. Life lead opens up. Takes a trip. Had the radar up and running. Experience KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jump in. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Drive time. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Both fighters planning something? Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. A quick breather. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Experiencing burnout. Going in. Long-range fireball to break the silence. They return to center stage. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Quick medium poke. Fires off Hadouken. This can lead to some big damage. Baits out the low kick. Critical art is on deck. No, critical art now? This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Flatline zone. Player 1 was an absolute beast. HP maxed, side quests done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Jump in finds the mark. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Blocks the jump in. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Player 1 has the life lead. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. No good up high. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Recovers from burnout. Knockdown. With the life KO. Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Zankuhado connects with medium kick. Throws him. What's next? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Zankuhado. Player 1 will burnout activates. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Medium kick hits. The low heavy is denied. Jump? What'll happen here? Tries to make something happen with an overdrive on it. Both of our combatants are cooking. No way. No signs of letting up from out of the corner. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Noticeable life lead is a come hit the over throw out of the tunnel. It's too much. Player 1 bring. Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Overdrive. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Opts for the throw. All right. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. What are they thinking here? Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Throws him down. Knockdown. That drive impact is blocked. Caught in the cross-up. Grabs him. Takes a trip. Goes for the super art. Spends it on the super art. Oh, burnout triggered. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Steps back to start things off. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Still very early in the round. Jump! Jumps in! Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. Oh, says no to the impact. A quick breather. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Big throws. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 is dominating this match. Going in? Hanging on for Gear Punch Super Art? Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Oh my, the throw tag! Flatline zones! Player 2 brings it home. Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with a projectile. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Goes for the throw. What are they thinking here? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The pressure continues as they can't escape the corner. They need to find a way out. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Surprises them with a drive rush. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Knockdown. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Takes a trip. Projectile to try and change the situation. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. Balance from above! From up above. Comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. The throw missed. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Going in? That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? That's a counter. Raw critical. What's gonna happen? Bans all 3 bars to give up one of life's hardest levels. Take a sip. Jump! Oh my god, what a throw tech! Zanku Hadouken! Big gauge difference here, and both looking to tenderize those organs with Oboro! Amazing! Hits the drive! Hadouken! That amazing never say die attitude got them the win! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Were they baiting them into that? Look at the damage! is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Oh, here we go. Next, the counter. Close range projectile. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Okay, here we go. Player 2 can't use any drop. Big time whip. I can't believe it. Only a little bit of drive and life left. Will they gamble something anticipated that throw? Dangerous range. Ooh, taking him for a ride. Oh my God, raw super. Immaculate counter. Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been... This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with the projectile. They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. Player 2 with the life lead. The drive parry was successful. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're gonna eat tons of damage. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find drive rush to keep it going. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Closes with the throw, hitting him with the smart stuff. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Opts to reposition. Still very early in the round. That combo did decent damage. A quick breather. Still slugging it out at this range. Zakuhado. Jumps in. Smart play with the throw. Both fighters planning something? Both of them will let springs forward with the drive rush. Zakuhado. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync. All in with a rush! Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. What'll happen here? Getting them with the extra high. The jump in is denied. Barely burn a KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Uses their drive gauge. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Jump! Getting up close and personal. Oh, the throw connects. What's next? Reads the jump in perfectly. A clutch anti-air. With super arc into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Player 1 has a full drive. There's a burnout. Player 2 is gonna pump them hard. Ugh, take a seat. Fires off a Hadouken. A real giving them food for thought. Player 2 comes away with the win! It's a mirror match. There's gonna be a lot of pride on the line for this one.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with the projectile. The drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Gets back into the corner with pressure building. The throw intercepts. Slick anti-air finish. Player 1 takes up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Jumps in. Demon Raid? This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Uses the target combo as a filler. Hadouken. Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive moves now. Closes with the throw. Hitting them with the smart stuff. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Zakuhado breaks the block with a throw. Okay. Player 2 managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. With super arts into play, it's really anything go overhead. What is getting it all on the drive rush? Drive rush, solid anti-air. Knocked them out of the air. Going in. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Closes in. Rushes in. Sticks out a kick. Fire! Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? Oh, here we go! Critical arc now? Perfect damage calculation! No doubt about it! They are done! Player 2 comes away with the win! Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Nothing but air for the impact. Player 1 has the life lead. All right. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The command grab doesn't make it. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? Good job blocking the jumper. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Nails the anti-air. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Life lead opens up. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to take. Going in? Sakuhado! Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. KO! Player 2 with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? Goes for the jump in to start. Who's going to start things off? Danku Hadouken. Jumps? The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Off to reposition. Gets the jump in. Three glove. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burst. Changes them in with the left shuka. Burning up the heat here with a level 2 super. Spikes him with three glove. And they create an opportunity for themselves to see raw critical. What's gonna happen? Will this be enough to kill? What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Starts things off with a jump in. Drives it back, misses. The low kick hits. This is gonna hurt. Put the exclamation point on that with an OT. Throws that off. Dangerous range. He drops him hard. Oh, here he comes. Looking to tenderize those organs over in a flash. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that. HP maxed, side quests done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on.
Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Player 1 with the life lead. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. No good up high. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Throws them to start the corner pressure. Knockdown. The jump-in is denied. Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Oh God, that's a little game for them to stop KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Danku Hadouken. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Holds out with the block. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their driver experiencing burnout. What'll happen here? Smart play with the throw. Double bomb critical. What's gonna happen? Orbital hit. Akuma looked flawless round. They got him so quick. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight!
Opts to create space to start. The last round. It's now or never. 3-volt ice. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 1 really needs a plan to counter that pressure play. Dangerous range here. Oh, coming for you. Cross that off. 3-volt. Okay, here we go. Player 1, a rare chance here. They gotta do something. Nails the 3-ball. Cross super hard incoming. I hope you're not a lightweight because one sip of this cup is enough to ether you. Amazing. Got him. Mix-up punch. This is gonna hurt. Taking chunks out of each other. They are done. Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game.